Hello, fictional. Welcome to the Fiction Series X. Today we are gonna see, what if Issei was Turkish Dragon Sultan? Part 1. If you end up liking this video, please consider subscribe, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Japan is one of the rare countries that know and count Turks. Why do I say that? Because these two communities helped each other in the most difficult times unrequited. The history of Usterdarul accident Ramen as a disaster in the region, survived the people of the accident survived 62 militaries despite their difficult conditions to treat and undertook. This event happened in the 1890s. 105 years after this similar event, in 1985, in Tehran in the conflict in Tehran, 215 Japanese citizens trapped in the same sacrifice of the Turkish nation to die in the country, allocated to them to sacrifice to go to their country. It's a big sacrifice, isn't it? Maybe that's why I was interested when I first saw that ad. Well, that's enough history. When I landed at Japan airport by plane, they gave me one to meet me. If your age is less than 18 years of age, you normally need a surrogate if you do not have a family on the plane you are boarding. I'm 18 years old. I have no one to complain because I'm embarrassing, but I'm the one who quit school. Before I came here I passed the high school freshman exams. Now I'm in secondary Kuo High School. I thought I was going to high school, but when I saw the view, wow, this is not a school high school, you know, a city. I do not know how much they have invested a friend here, but I can only say the following. The guys didn't compromise from the training. I need to give you a tour of the school. Here's the man who needs navigation. People who do not know otherwise will be lost. Roughly speaking, a gigantic new building, an old building with a museum, swimming pool, jogging track. By the way, I saw the swimming pool on the internet. But the main information I learned while I was on the road in this school stretched me a little. This place has just started coeducation. The number of girls is 85% and the number of boys is around 15%. The things that stretch me, the girls here, why? 1 2-year hiatus hairstyle, body structure, facial evolved, I say you know them all. Well above the long biker hair short, triangular chest made significant abdominal muscles, 1. 80 meters tall and charismatic, not the same as handsome, I have a face. Not bad, huh? As I stepped further from the entrance, the girls' whispers are, who's that? Doesn't it look so cool? I guess not Japanese. Look at that body. How old is that? Her face is showing a little older. I'm hoping the next words don't bother me in the future. Already a few Japanese and I watched my only way to fix consists of some words. ARIGATO thanks. SUGOI great. WAKATTA understood. YAMERO stop. Now you say how do you introduce yourself? Make sure Way just tried it. The sentence is HAJ1 memished. Or wa hello Boskard. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. I'm glad to meet you. I'm hello Boskard. I hope we get along well. The accent is really bad, but nothing can escape. I'll learn in time. Of course, you have to experience first. With this belief, I asked a female student about my question. Don't worry, I won't write in Japanese. Excuse me. Can I ask where the room of the school principal? In the meantime, I asked a question in English. Or I can't ask that with the Japanese I know right now. The most respected features of Japanese people always salute you for their respects and then they answer the question. Indeed, schoolgirl replied with a smile. Of course. If you want I can take you up there. There are people here in colorful hairstyles. I've seen yellow, gray, red, black, brown hair, but this is a separate world. Every color is there. Thank you. I accepted her request saying. Frankly, I do not want to get lost in this huge area. While walking city beside, I look around the environment while drawing the sketch of the school on my head. You can't always ask for help, right? You have to see your own business. When we arrive through the corridors and finally arrive at the principal's office, she says, thank you so much. If it wasn't for you, I'd be lost in the school. You're welcome. You're obviously not from here. Exactly. I am originally Turkish. I applied here as a scholarship student. I was accepted and I am here now. Very pleased. By the way, my name is Hanakai Momo. Nice to meet you. Hanakai Momo as far as I remember correctly, Momo must be the name. Japanese Turkish does not work as surnames after the first name. If one introduces himself to you, it is respectful virtue to introduce yourself. Halil Boskard. You can choose from Halil or Boskard. I understand. Good day Boskard-kun. A respectable, right. No harm in trying a good one. You too Mama-san. It did, didn't it? Well, we're just learning Japanese. The errors are corrected in time. See you. She said and left. I've seen a gray-haired girl before, but Momo she's got hair like snow. But you have to admit. She's a pretty girl. I shot him twice at the door when he left. Knock knock, you can come. I didn't know the headmaster was a woman. It is no wonder, however, that it is a school that has recently transitioned to mixed education. Excuse me. I opened the door. I stopped by my opening. What a beautiful woman like this. Her light brown hair, beautiful face to leave every man's mouth open, golden body almost impossible, but her most notable feature was her huge breasts. For a moment I shook my head. Hum to yourself. That person is your teacher. What are you thinking, man? I'm slowly introducing myself before I stutter. Hello, sir. I'm a student with a scholarship. When I came here, I thought it would make more sense to see you first. My name is Halil Bozkurt. I am from Turkey. I've been in sweat until I say those words. It wasn't that hard to talk to Mamasan. She walked towards me, smiling, and put her hand on my shoulder. You don't have to be so nervous. Male students who came to my room for the first time gave the same reaction. That smile would probably melt many men's candles. What the fuck am I saying? I need to collect. My face started to blush. I'm surprised to see a young and beautiful manager. Whoa. What am I doing, boy? There was also a "do you marry me?" If you'd said. She looked at me as if reading my mindset and smiled. Now she may die because of my face getting red. Thank you for this kind compliment. Well, let me introduce myself. I'm the director of the Kuo Academy Venelana Gremory. It's nice to meet you, Halil Bozkurtson. I bowed my head and said, I'm delighted, Hakim. Did I say my Hakim? Are you insane, son? How should he know Turkish? Stupid. Wood. You didn't break a pot. Excuse me. No need to apologize, Halilson. You're still getting used to it. In the meantime, I speak Turkish. You get comfortable for it. You actually mean teacher, right? He speaks Turkish. I feel like a commodity right now. Well, then I'm comfortable talking. Finally. It had the world. Now I can be comfortable, Hakim. I'm glad to hear that. Well, the record here and previous school headmaster informed us about you. But I also want to hear from you. If you do not mind. Now the work has changed color. She comes to the essence of the events where I live, blood from the eye, I shaking my fist at the moment. Rissa's face doesn't go out of my sight. If you know, why are you asking again, Hakim? My suffering is already enough for me. What's the woman's fault, though? She's doing his job, by the procedure. Should I tell? After thinking about it, I said, excuse me, Hakim. But it was a tough process for me. So if you know, I won't tell you again. Because you're fueling my hatred against myself. It's a rough voice. But the woman you love to tell the death in front of his eyes is only anger to myself, is nothing more. Then Lannison indicated with a smile indicating it does not matter. Well, you've stayed well with someone who's been through so many things at a young age. No worries. This conversation was never made. Deal? S answered with a smile. Then he came and shouted at me and whispered in my ear. When you want to talk, I listen to you till the end. I feel so relaxed that she can sleep on the spot. Is this what they call a mother's whisper of peace? Because I've never experienced anything like this before. I don't want to move at all right now. Then I pull back myself and lift my head. Thank you for your understanding. Does not matter. I'm a mother. I understand your situation very well. Mom? Is she a mother? Do you have children, Hakim? How old is the child of such a young woman? Yes. Even one of you is a junior 3 or dire student and the other one is married. We're looking now. She is married and has a third-year student. And it shows almost 25 years old. How old did she get married? So this woman in front of me is normally in her 40s. Whoa. Who will believe? If you say this on the street, they'll keep me on the ball. In amazement. Hakim, you're not kidding me, are you? Because it's hard to believe. And it looks like you're not lying. I can only tell you one thing. The Creator created you as an example of humanity. She just laughed. Thank you for your compliment. A little exaggerating, though. I don't think she's Japanese. Gremory, I don't think it's a Japanese surname. I asked to suppress my curiosity. Excuse me, Hakim. You're not from around here, are you? It is. Normally Norwegian. We opened this institution with my wife to discover and support talented people. As the people who succeeded, the school's reputation increases. In this way, we are getting double benefits. Clever, isn't it? Wow. What a wise woman. She's pretty generous because his wife found someone like him. Not to mention the beauty. I think that's enough to chat. Now let's take you to class. In this way, you would have started to strengthen their relationship with the environment, correct? I forgot to ask the class while I was chatting next to him. When I left the room, I heard that voice again. Our power passes. If you don't start to grow, those who are enemies will come for you. Be careful, boy. Am I being paranoid? Where did the sound come from? It was like my ear. What's going on? Is there a problem? Your face is pale. No. Air travel was a little tired. But not trouble. Can we go? Smiling, of course. Follow me, will you? It's easier than he says. I'm trying to keep myself from looking at the opposite. Well, we're at the time of the hormones being secreted. We're going down the stairs. Class sign 2B writes. So here then Lannison until the door knocked twice and entered. I hear your voice from the outside. I apologize for interrupting the core sensei. But I brought our new student. Whispers from the classroom. What kind of person do you think? Could it be the child in the morning? Is that tall? I wish it was there. Is it good to be popular already? Let me get some sleep. The chatter in the manager's office. How many years has he taken? And the expected command came. You can come. I'm taking a deep breath. Keep in mind. The first impression is important. I'm counting. 1, 2, 3. I'm walking to the class with the right steps. I say hello against the class by making a pretty cool entrance right now. Beautiful. Now I write my name in Turkish for not knowing kanji on the board. Halil Bozkurt, and in a confident way. My name is Halil Bozkurt. I'm glad to meet you. Sunny is a beautiful day. I've been running since 05:00 in the morning to throw away the stress that I'm making from my anger. Adding one more each day. I've been doing sports for almost 5 hours. Although I could not do this much at the time I first started. The weird thing is that the professionals almost spent more than half of their days doing the body that I have now, and I got this body working 12 hours every day. If you are stable, you will achieve everything. This is my opinion. Tasha. Of course, it's not that easy. I'm almost in sweat. I'd better have a good shower before school. Let me tell you about my first day at school when I've done my washing. Japanese and Turkish nations attach great importance to hospitality in their relations with people. For example, you came to a historic city like Istanbul. You want to go around alone. But you can't find where you want to go. If you ask for help from a Turkish person, if you don't know your language, he will take you there to help you, and you will not regret it. My first day experience in class 2B was better than I expected. Most girls are quite enthusiastic to help with everything. I can't say the same for men, but still, there are friends who are friendly. However, there are 2 defective people in this class who have publicized their reputation. I mean by malfunction, not brawler. 2 male students who secrete a lot of hormones in adolescence. Matsuda bald, Motohama spectacled. In the meantime, I don't know what their real names are, but it's not that important. As far as possible, they should stay away from me because I don't want to eat a perverse stamp. I hear they've been making every effort to watch the girls since they first came to school. Okay, now you're going to say their puberty. I'm also a teenager, but I'm not exaggerating. If I didn't understand why they didn't send them out of school. They feel pity for a minute if they were in Turkey. And you need to specify the following. A man should be able to restrain himself. Anyway, let's just let them go. There are another 12 people I remember in class. It will take some time to get to know everyone. 2 of them are 2 girls who are in Japan for a sword sport called kendo. If you tell me how to recognize the 2 fool I told you before. They're like a cat-dog fight. They were the first warning against them. The conversation is like this. Oscar-kun, especially be careful of these 2. Why is that? Is it too contentious for? Worse. Perverts. Pervert. Yes. Well, did you not complain? Several times. And the school still didn't send them. Unfortunately. Then Alanison was not a very careful woman. She wasn't interested. Though they go into the room of the director's mind, it would be just such a prize to them. Why do you understand what I mean? Ha. I forgot. The girls I talked with were the following. Hadis, with pink hair. I don't know his name. Murayama, brown-haired. I don't know that either. Hair colors were the most prominent features. I just remember that way. Anyway, let me tell you a little where I'm staying. Typical 1-1 student apartment. My bed's in the hall. My kitchen is here. I won a scholarship for my monthly needs of the school are giving me money as a yen 10,000. This is about 500 degrees vicinity. Only it remains me to use as food costs for the rental fee schools meet or something. It's important to be frugal wherever you are. I can't eat all the food here. Thank goodness I've learned to make some food beforehand. Or we'd be hungry with our money here. I have a noodle-style meal called a single udon. I eat it as much as possible. But if you eat it every day, it will make you weary. So a single man should be able to make his own food on his own. There's not much time to start school. I have to hurry. I look in the mirror after a shower. Looks like my beard is a little stretched. I'd better shave. It's been like a year since I started being a beard shaver. I'm driving the phone quickly. Surely I have to shave every 2 days. Or do not take me to school. After I finish the breakfast and cleaning, I get dressed and go on the road. Apartments allocated to students are not far from the school. It takes 510 minutes to walk. They really give good value to the students. I can only say thank you, thank you. Frankly, I wonder what Venelanison's husband is. How do you think that an organization that has invested so much will be preferred? Obviously a smart businessman. If I meet him one day, I'd like to know about his business. Unless it breaks. I walk with quick steps toward school. 10 minutes to begin. When I enter the class, I give a public reading to everyone. Today I intend to explore the area around the school. I need to get to know this school. Of course, I have to focus on the lesson first. Still kanji, I'm trying to solve the post. Too many symbols. Here you go. Lesson's over. I'm heading down the corridor and heading for the school's front yard. The most prominent places of the Kuo Academy are run field, 1000-meter athletics field, swimming pool, full Olympic, school clubs building, about 2 blocks, and indeed, old school building, least annual appears 70-80, chirping in the garden. Everyone seems to be in charge of an activity. Actually, it's not bad to deal with anything other than sports. And in this way, I can find a job to keep me entertained. Let's think about what I have now. Go to play, not bad. Picture draw pretty. Tell the song well. Sporting, I'm a bit of a master. But wouldn't it be better to learn something I don't know? You need a place of every life. Surely knowledge is the greatest force in life. Of course, you have to learn and experience before you know it. The lessons until lunchtime are over now. Mealtime. A large majority of students in Japan bring their food from their home. I think it's rational and safe in the creek. The rationale is that the money stays in your pocket. If it's safe, you'll pay more attention to your health. Maybe by doing that, I can reduce my school expenses. Those who don't bring home food often seem to use the cafeteria. I wonder if there's a lot of lines. Already I can eat certain things. There are differences in the taste of our palate. I hope there's a meal I can eat. I did not eat junk food at all because I do sports. I waited in the queue, but at least I found a meal that I could eat. Yakitori. We call it chicken skewers. If I find a Turkish kebab around here, I want to eat dinner. And eat in for hunger. If you have a buttermilk, don't ask for anything else. Let's put him aside. This does not stop the bad. Well, let's try an eye. I'm taking a bite with a fork. I'm having a little trouble using the rods. Not bad. Our kitchen a little different, but I think we could eat it easily. I heard all the people shouting with excitement when I put them into action. The goddesses of the school are here. Make way for Anasama. I fall in love every time. Very nice. I want to drown in those eyes. What the hell is going on? To whom do they say these? When I was thinking about all this, I turned my eyes into 2 beautiful doors. I said it was exaggerating, didn't I? I take back my word. I wouldn't believe I'd see someone as beautiful as Venelanisson in this school. The 2 are almost like goddesses who are begging for her statue. But when I saw one of them, my hand started to shake. Red hair, blue-green eyes and a face that never go out of my sight. Oh, no. This would not be so similar. How can this look so similar? Just as if they painted their red orange hair all red. As if Rissa was resurrected and is coming right here. My blood pressure is starting to increase. I have difficulty breathing. My eyes are twitching. I see the bloody scene that night. When I heard those names from my yellers, my heart started to get stuck. Ria-senpai, Ria-sana-sama. So much similarity is too much for me. I'm trying to get up and move towards the exit, but it's not the road. My eyes are closing. I can't see anymore. I feel like someone's holding me when I feel my feet cut off. The body was wrapped with a peaceful embrace. The last thing I saw before closing my eyes, that worried blue eyes and red hair. Only one voice came out of my mouth and my consciousness closed. Ria-sa. Ria's Gremory Pav. When I entered the cafeteria, I began to feel strange energy fluctuation. It is full of disbelief, anxiety, fear, pain and sadness. The sadness of someone who has lost the meaning of his life and does not know what to do. This doesn't come from those who admire me, but he's in there. The energy wave of this pain is very intense. Which comes from human energy. While I was thinking about all this, I noticed someone staggering to the exit. It has the same energy. This pain must be coming from that person. But what I realize is that his body is shaking. No. Looks like he's having a crisis. I caught him quickly before the moment I saw his feet cut off. His body is shaking. The moment I saw your face, I couldn't get myself. Not that he's handsome. He clearly had this on his face. The disbelief in seeing the person he lost again. I look into the eyes of black olives that worry when I saw that his eyes seemed to pop up. It's dark, but not scary. A man who has lost his lover has sad eyes. And when I was thinking about it, I heard a sketchy sound. Risa. Rissa? Did he want to say my name? Or someone else? However, eyes closed and my closest friends quickly Akeno. Call the nurse now. Quickly. Roger. The surrounding area as one of the girls cried in a sad way. Oskart-kun. Oskart. Is that her name? Do you know him? Yeah. Yesterday joined our class. Can you help me carry him to the nurse's room? Of course. I'm taking the kid to the nurse's room with the girl next to me. He's actually a little heavy. It must be the muscle structure. But it doesn't matter now. While I was taking the child up the stairs, I saw that the nurse came to us with Akeno. What happened to this child? He fainted in the cafeteria. It was like having a crisis. Okay. I'm gonna check him in my room. If he's serious, well, take him to the hospital. Please. The nurse opened the cufflink on the bed in the room. She's looking at her blood pressure right now. And he says with a relief, his blood pressure is normal. He picked up serum from the closet and tied it to the child's right arm without any waiting. It will recover after some rest. I'm going to inform the lady director. I'll come soon. After shaking my head he left the room and we stayed with Akeno and the unconscious child. His breathing is improving. That's a good sign. I look at your face. He looks very tired. I turn my face towards Akeno and say, Akeno, I want more information about who this kid is. The energy that came from it didn't look like the energy of any normal person. Let's find out who it is, okay? Akeno responded with a smile. I understand Rias. Looking at her before leaving the room she thinks only of the following. Who are you? I'm in the dark like a bottomless pit. I don't know how I got here. The last thing I remember was I saw someone. Someone I will never forget. When I close my eyes I see red hair and blue eyes looking with concern. Of course. I've seen a girl almost like Krissa. She has pure red hair. After that, my body began to shake and did not stop. Until he felt someone hug me. The feeling of discomfort was slowly beginning to diminish. So what is this place? I don't know if there's such a dark place in the world, but who brought me here? Everywhere is black. I can't even see it. I have to find a way to get out of here. When I was thinking about all this, I was also startled by the sound of that man I had heard before. You're deep in your mind. Mind? Depth. Why is this guy talking about? How can I hear him if I am in his mind? What the hell is going on? I wonder, am I going crazy? Isn't it time for us to meet? To meet? Who is this guy, man? And at that moment, the black field that I saw suddenly began to explode. Everywhere is burning. I feel the warmth of the flames in my breath. Very strong. Is the temperature of the volcanoes described in the documentary like this? How many degrees is this temperature? 10,000 degrees. If those flames are worth my body, there will be no dust. But the temperature seems to be coming towards me. There's a loud voice. Like a sash. The pressure is very strong. There's no place to hold. What am I gonna do now? This thing must be huge anyway. Something much bigger than me. In the end, I saw that the man who finally showed himself was not a person. I'm not kidding. This thing is a giant red-winged creature. He has a very scary head. A monster with big green emerald eyes. Flames all over. It must be the cause of the fire in the area. This must be a nightmare, right? Just a terrible nightmare. Sorry, kid, this is not a nightmare. Or should I say, Halal Bozkurt. They're talking about this thing. Truly speaking. His voice echoes in my ears. Wait a minute. Did he say Halal Bozkurt? So I'm past the fact that I know my name, so is this thing real? I may be scared out of fear right now. Or I can get out of the heart. Halal, calm down. Take a breath. Breathe. Repeat continuously. Try to think logically. I'm trying to analyze her by looking at the beast while I tell all that to myself. Their eyes resemble a reptile. Just like a snake. I'm still shaking. I need to calm down in order to realize that. He talked about wanting to meet, right? At least he won't do anything to attack me, is he? Can I trust it? Then I keep looking. There are 2 Guldenula horn-style projections on the head. I think it's the horn. I'm examining your body. Every place is covered with scales. Crimson stiff spikes. And there are almost 10 times the height of my tail, a continuation of the body. But the thing that surprised me most was the huge wings of at least 15 meters long. Every wing bone is where it ends. It looks very sharp. Looks like dinosaur teeth on display in museums. Probably not the difference in their teeth. After making my analysis, I remembered the scary creatures described in the following stories. Dragon. He looks just like them, but I need to be sure. Come on, Halal. You can do it. However, I gather the courage to ask the creature, what are you? Who are you and why do you want to meet me? Of course, still, continue my quiver. Whoever confronts such a creature gives the same reaction. He laughs at my words and says, ha ha ha, honestly, I did not expect it would be so brave. I want you to know that you've earned my respect. Respect? So as I pass the first step. My tremors are running low. But I'd better pay attention anyway. This creature is unpredictable. So that's it. Very nice. Are you gonna tell me who you are now? I took a step. He responded. So it's my turn. Let's see how he's gonna meet. The creature focused his eyes on me and began to speak in a loud voice. Well. Then I explained my name. My name is Dreg. Nice to meet you, my new partner. And yes. I'm one of those things you think. Partner? What's he talking about? Huh? The entity, I thought. No way. So you're a dragon? Is this a joke? What am I having in the head? Being named Dreg and its name goes on with a confident face of yourself creature. Both the strongest ones. In fact, they call me the universe as follows. Red Dragon Emperor. Red Dragon Emperor, very cool nickname. It looks very compatible with the body color. There must be such an entity as essential as this. Because he's never been bluffing. But now it's my turn to talk. Well, My name is Halil Bozkurt. But my real question is. If this places my mind with your words, what are you doing here, Mr. Red Dragon? And I could not understand how I'm your partner. Can you explain me the subject? At the moment I'm calmer. I don't have too much anxiety. I understand it doesn't work to attack me or anything. I remember now, he warned me to get stronger when I heard his voice. I mean, why would anyone want to hurt me? And when I feel he will talk, I focus on the saying that comes from him, of course. Consequently, we must be open to each other. Alright. This is the inside of your mind and I've been expecting you to contact me here for about 2 years. Is 2 years? How so? It's true, though. I heard his voice for the first time, taking Rissa to the hospital, and not before you fainted, did I? He goes on with a face like I understand what I think. Girlfriend while moving the hospital, did not you hear me? Yes, I remember such a thing. But that doesn't explain how it's in my mind and how we're partners. I'll tell you if you don't interrupt me. Excuse me. The trauma of the incident that I had that day was still on me. I can't help myself when it's about Rissa. Calm down, Halil. He's obviously trying to help you. Listen to the end. When he finished the promise you ask questions. Everything's a turn. Don't be hasty. I think he understood my thought. And he continues to speak from where he left off. I can understand as important to the loss of the person is not forgotten easy. However, my observations in the following 2 years, I would like to say I'm pretty impressed for his work to collect himself. Thank you. You're welcome. But the self-hating in this way, I think it would upset her. Am I right? What should I say? He's right. If Rissa saw me like that, she'd be very upset. But it's not that easy. How to get it easy? 16-year-old stabbed the woman you loved in front of your eyes. You're desperate. How could you forget? He keeps telling me this. It is not easy to forget such events, but self-blame will not help you. And so what would you say if I offered you the opportunity of the power that would help you protect yourself and those around you? When I hear what they say, I ask with my suspicious eyes. Power? Opportunity? Protection? Yeah. Are you kidding me? Or are you trying me? He responds with a confused and bored face. Do I have to mock after so many conversations? I do not know. So you don't look that way. But the first time I chatted with a dragon, I still can't help thinking that it's still a dream. It is not that logical. Breg answers me with a little smile. Okay. I agree you're right to doubt. But you can be sure of that. I don't have any lies. And I'm totally truth. Okay. I think you're telling the truth. But let me also qualify. Which person wouldn't doubt it first? My first job after leaving here will be to investigate these drag. Then I speak by shaking my head. Alright. I believe in you. So this power, how does it work? Surely there will be a price, right? Breg looks in an affected way. You're quite a logical person. Normally direct care of the rest, though someone else would like to use this opportunity. I am PRESS1V. Well, things you do in life you should do first. Once thought alone keeps 1,000 times. Is not it right? He responds with laughter my words. Ah ha ha, nice. You're a smart kid. I always respect smart and interesting people. I see well get along well with you. Alright. At partner, let me explain the issue. This is happening because I am bound to you with a very powerful objects found in you. What kind of stuff? In this world to them, sacred gear or the Bible as God's blessing is called. Sacred gear? God of the Bible? I'm confused. He said the Bible God. Is this about Christian faith? But there is a problem. Good, but there must be a mistake. Because I'm not a Christian. Such an article, what is it? Yeah. Sacred gear, how can you say something to me? After Drake's facial expression was confused, he started talking by laughing at me, turning into a shape that kept him hard to laugh. Ha ha ha, honestly did not expect to ever say such a thing. Eyebrow begins to twitch. Is that funny or? I'm looking at you pretty fun. This overgrown reptile actually started to break my nerves. So what? The question I asked is very logical, isn't it? Look at this moment. Still, he continues to laugh with laughter. I'm making it hard not to hit him now. My fist, though, will have an effect on that giant body. I do not think so. Stop. Don't laugh. I ask something serious. Is it really funny? He slowly stops laughing and looks at me and says, well, I'm sorry. Nobody's asked such a question before. I couldn't stop laughing when I heard. The man should be laughing a little properly. Wow. It's been a long time since I've had a bit of a shame. Thanks. Are you going to tell me about this? Okay. This isn't about religion. There were others who held this power before you. And most of them had different beliefs. So don't worry. So it is. Apparently, this creature must have lived a long time. Others, he says, must be very old. Although it sounds like a 25-30-year-old man. Anyway, I'll ask you for another age. What is the sacred gear? Is it a healing feature? It was a glance like approvals and spoke. It can be said. This answer did not satisfy me, actually. You don't have to be so hasty. We talk a lot now, you'd better go to sleep. What? You did not answer my question. Remember the two things when you wake up. What exactly? The sacred gears are fed by the strong feelings of their owners. Strong feelings? Well. What are the other things I should not forget? Braig's face continues to become more serious. Be careful of the people around you. Because of this, you have the sacred gear will draw you towards some assets. Do not forget it. I've seen that he's disappeared with the flames around us. I'm waking up. There were a lot of questions I wanted to ask, but it seems like we will be seeing you again in the future. I have to reconsider what I've been through. But I'd better not forget the last thing you said. Apparently, this sacred gear called things should be very rare. I don't want to worry about me unnecessarily. When I open my eyes, I look around me quickly. I have a serum in my arm. I'm probably in the nurse's room. Since I'm in bed, someone must have moved me here after I passed out. While she was thinking about all this, the nurse noticed me and he smilingly turned to her right and spoke. Headmaster? Halil-kun awoke. Headmaster? Is Venelanisson here? Oh no. I fainted even without a further 2 days. She must be very worried. I better apologize. Venelanisson came right to me and hugged me immediately. It's obvious he's worried about his face. She asks me directly, Halil, are you alright? I came right here when they said it fainted. I don't want to see him so sad. That sad face doesn't suit that smile. I think I could tell her about it. He said he would always listen to me, right? I turn to the nurse says, Nurse, would you excuse us? Smiling nurse, of course. If you feel comfortable. Thank you. No problem. Turning to Venelanisson after seeing the exit from the door, do you want to listen to me? I mean about my life story. She answered with a smile. Always. And all this time I've ever experienced events began telling respectively. From the release to the orphanage to Kuo. After hearing these, his face became upset. Then he smiles, spread his arms around me. The same peaceful feeling. Nevertheless, she leaves me and stares me in the face. Thank you for your trust in telling me his life story. From now on, whenever you want to talk, my door is always open to you. Okay. If it's easy, tell this smiling face no. Indeed, no man can resist that smile. Thanks. You're welcome. In one of the books I was reading, one writes. The compassionate arms of a mother heal any disease. It's really true. I never knew my mother. Would he heal me by wrapping his arms affectionately? Maybe I feel peaceful and comfortable with Venelanisson because it makes you feel this feeling. His kids are so lucky to have a mother like that. I put these thoughts aside and wonder, sir, who carried me here in the cafeteria? But the facial expression that wants to have fun. Why so much wonder? Just to say thank you. Is that so? What else would happen? Then he continues with a smile. I think you should find it yourself. Come on. When I was thinking about it, I came to my mind to ask who the girl was. I would probably answer that. Meanwhile, sir. There was someone in the cafeteria who saved me from falling to the ground before he fainted. The last thing I remember is a red-haired pretty girl. And I guess I had blue eyes. You know who he is. At least where can I find it? He looks at me as if surprised and again he responds with a face that wants to have fun. The beautiful crimson-haired girl, where do you find that? I guess he won't say it again. She obviously enjoys it. Well. If my name is Halil Bozkurt, I will find that girl. I can't forget that face. It was like a copy of Rissa. How could I forget? After deciding what to do, okay, sir. I will take responsibility and I will be the person to whom it is and I will present it to my persuasions. Are you satisfied? He applauds me with his sweet smile. Bravo. What a brave man. I slowly get out of bed and fix my clothes. I'm looking right at the wall clock. Apparently, I slept 23 hours. Venelanisson looking at me. If you want, you can join the rest of the course. But if you're not feeling well, you can go home. I can write you on leave today. What do you want to do? Actually, not a bad idea to go home. But I want to find the girl before the end of school. I do not want to stay back from the course. Thank you. I'll give you a clue that you're the owner of responsibility. No. I take care of my own business. Well, we're leaving the nurse room. I'm going to Venelanisson up to my class. I hope she can see her daughter again before the end of school. Venelana Gremory Pav. When I see Halil going to class, I walk to my room. I'm still smiling when I go through the door. I'd like to see your face when you found out who Riaz was. But now I have another problem. The events in his life story told me are filled with a lot of pain for a boy like him. Especially the one she's saying was her deceased girlfriend. I think his name was Rissa. Maybe there's a picture of the head of the old school. Because I want to confirm something. After contacting me, they sent me a picture of the girl as a message on the internet. Let's see how you look, Rissa. And I was surprised when he saw the girl's picture. Is that him? It is quite normal for Halil to be surprised at seeing Riaz. I never thought there'd be such a similar person to Riaz. When he saw it in front of him, he must have remembered his old memories. When I said all this, a small smile appeared on my lips and I thought, perhaps Riaz will be the medicine to heal his heart. Who knows? Al-Bozkir. Those in the classroom are pretty worried about me. Even those two perverts. In fact, we should not be prejudiced to witness people. Who would not be certain that there is good and who bad? Time is a must to get to know some people better. I hope they're better in the future. When I get the opportunity, I ask one of the girls. Can I ask something? What is the problem? I saw a girl with red hair in the cafeteria. And? Where can I find her? No need to say his name. Okay. I know where you can find it. Where? Whispering in my ear. Old school building. Riaz Gremory Pav. It's been about 2 or 3 hours since I got through the nurse's room. And I still have one thing in my mind. Hal Boskard. Dark energy filled with pain from it. And his sad black eyes. Why can't I forget those eyes? It was like he was waiting for someone to heal his. Did Akeno find anything about his? While I was thinking about them, I saw Akeno come smiling with a file in his hand. Looks like she found something. Is that what I think? She's handing me the file he's got. I look at the file without any waiting. Al Boskar Turkish 18 years orphan. He is 1 year older than us. Yes. The last 2 years have taken a break from schooling for a particular reason. But he does not say what it is. Akeno looking down from the window glass towards me laughing. Maybe you should ask her yourself why. Why? Come and see for yourself. When I went up to her, I knew what you meant by looking down the window. He's coming here. Al Boskar Pav. I came all the way here. At least I want to see her again. I must be calm. Remember Hal. I take a deep breath with these thoughts and knock on that old school building. I hope it's still here. The other girl I saw from the inside of the cafeteria opens the door. Very nice, but I have another job right now. The girl asks sweetly, how can I help you? Wow. Sounds like an angel. A woman to fall in love with. Well, excuse me. I was looking for someone. I know who you're calling. He's inside. Do you want to come? Well then, with your permission. I look around when I walk through the door. Obviously, it looks pretty clean and firm. The building should be maintained regularly. Otherwise, this wooden building would have been destroyed by this time. After passing the hall, we enter into a large room. By the way, I'm a little nervous. Inside, I see someone standing up to us. Very beautiful girl with red hair. She looks just like Rissa. It won't be easy to get used to. Going towards us, you seem to be healed. That was he who led me to the nurse's room. I'm feeling much better. I was worried about you when I saw you fainted there. Actually, I came here to thank you for your help. He answered with a smile. It doesn't matter. If you're better now, that's enough for me. Don't be surprised if I'm in love with this girl who is so sweet and sweet. You're so kind. In the meantime, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Hal Boskard. I'm pleased. I handed my hand to shake. He squeezed my hand in response and introduced himself. My name's Riaz Gremory. Nice to meet you. Huh? Gremory? No way. It's not what I think, is it? I can't speak of surprise right now. I think you understand why I'm in this situation. Because I'm in front of Venelanison's daughter right now. But that's not what really surprised me. I'm across this girl who looks so much like Rissa. My slice has been held against this girl. I cannot talk. I'm shocked that this beautiful girl is the daughter of the school principal. She'll realize that I'm hesitating and she asks me, are you okay? You look surprised. Is there a problem? What can I say? That's a lot of coincidence. I wouldn't be surprised. How many people encounter so much coincidence on the same day? But now I understand. I should have known when he hugged me before I fainted. She had the same peaceful feeling I felt next to Venelanison. Now I'm just smiling and talking. Now I'm better. I understand why Venelanison wanted me to find you. Obviously, I have understood who you inherited from your beauty. My words will surprise the girl saying that her cheeks are a little red. Well, my mother did not know you were so close. And thank you for the compliment. So cute. The previously confident pretty girl has gone and she looks as if an innocent girl who is shy to replace her. Hey. Come on, Hal. What goes through your mind? Did you forget what you came here for? I blush when I look at her face now. Oh, what? Why can't I just be comfortable with a pretty girl? I thought I had already overcome it. How can I be comfortable now? The other girl who listens to all this conversation puts her hand on her cheek, speaking with her beautiful smile. If you're a very flirtatious boy, Halal-kun. If you keep saying such good words, girls can't resist you. But you want to turn my face into a tomato? I'm already very nervous. You're pushing me harder. How do I talk in this case? I can't even pick the right words right now. And I noticed something. That laughter is like a very naughty person laughing. I'd better watch out for this girl. Or you can't save me from these shameful situations. PSSST. I have to correct and press situation. Come on, Hal. You can do it. You have to show that you're a man. Take a deep breath. You're a strong man. You're gonna get this. Come on. I'm starting to talk to them again in the end, so I do not think I'm exaggerating. I said honestly. Please don't get me wrong. I had no bad intention. I'm just frankly a little surprised when I first heard your name. I had no intention to embarrass you. Her face is still red. But she smiles shyly. No. It's really not important. So no need to worry. She says it, but obviously, she's holding herself. The pretty girl around me still smiles at me. I'm sure he likes me. Somehow I have to change the subject. Think. Then I notice the seats and ask, well, we can sit down. Riaz immediately responds as if I knew what I was doing. Of course. The other girl is still laughing at our moves. In the meantime, Isle depicts her. He has a hair with a length from his head to his feet. She has a beautiful body, beautiful face, slightly larger breasts than Riaz, and violet eyes that will melt you. Let me explain. Ria's breasts as they have at least 3 times larger than a normal girl. Think of those beautiful black-haired ones. Black-haired girl smiling towards us as I and Riaz crossed our seats. Start talking to you? I'll make some tea. I immediately intervened. If you didn't bother. Sweet smiles. Does not matter. After that, he leaves the room to make tea. Right now the room is only Riaz and me. I'm still not comfortable. She's not comfortable either. I need to find something and relax the environment. But what? I'm glancing around. It's a little dark, isn't it? I understand that there are round candles. And the shelves in the room have strange shapes and strange thick books. This is the House of Horror Club or something. Although these 2 beautiful girls are responsible for here, it is an upside. But we need also to be respectful of people's thoughts. Someone else might not like what you like. I'm starting to talk on the shelves as an excuse. Well, here I wonder what exactly are you interested in? Is it a house of horror or something? There's spooky stuff on the shelves. She will hear that I say, he begins to answer. No. They just decor. Meanwhile, our club's name is Occult Research Club. I was a little surprised to hear the name of the club. Just out of curiosity. A research club. Well, what exactly are you investigating? Are the ruins of the historical sites? I love learning new things. She is smiling, focusing on her azure blue eyes. No. We are usually investigating supernatural phenomena. Mythology, monsters, gods. We are investigating supernatural beings like this. Supernatural creatures. Here's the opportunity. Maybe that's how I can find out about this drag. The more I know about this creature, the more profitable it is for me. But I'd better be careful. After all, it has not warned me to my environment. I'm not gonna suspect Riaz. But I need some time to get to know him well. I mean, in an exciting way of thinking about them. Wow. So you're investigating the assets described in myths. Wow. Here began to pull me really interested. Is that so? Of course. I wish I had the powers they had. At least I'd like to be able to experience flying in the air. Riaz looks at me like he's a suspect. I wonder if I'm too specific. Why is she looking at me like that? I've been a little too excited. But then she starts saying, what assets are you interested in exactly? Come on. If I call the dragon, I will raise his suspicions. I need to get an idea. But what? Of course. If there are other dragons like this drag, I can learn them. Besides, there are not only dragons in these legends. There are people who have fought against them. If I can find a book with all of them, at least there won't be much suspicion. I never had the opportunity to learn such fantastic characters in the orphanage. Here's my chance. Here you go. I stayed at the orphanage until I was 12. There were no books about supernatural beings. There were no fancy heroes to come and save you. I've already heard this from some kids at school. They're not real, but when you're a kid, you really want them to be real. Even without a hope. Only one hope. When I say these things, I start thinking. By the way, what I'm saying is not a lie. I'm sure the orphans in the orphanage are sure of the same thing. They're waiting for a hero to help them. A hero who will protect her in her difficult situation and make her smile on her sad face. I would love to be such a hero. They're strong hero in their innocent dreams. But how can I be a hero when I can't even protect Rissa? The person you call a hero must be like cursed as Alparslan. Someone has won a tremendous victory in Malazgirt against 50,000 troops and 200,000 Byzantine armies. The other, with 40 of his friends, fought against the Chinese army for freedom. And his courage has been a glimmer of hope for the Turkish communities in captivity. What about me? I have no heroism. I do not know true even my own history properly. Who knows how much more heroic heroes we have? I don't even know much of it. There was a sad expression on Ria's face when I was thinking about them. Look. You did it again. A sad one again, Hal. So that's the result you got from training yourself for 2 years. You still can't go forward. You're standing on the ground. Don't look at me like that. Don't worry about me. You do not deserve it. Relax, I take a breath and tell her. Sorry. I wouldn't want to upset you. Sometimes I cannot control my emotions a bit. He gets up and sits down next to me. looking at his face in a regret. No. You didn't do anything to apologize. I must apologize. I can sometimes be a little selfish because of my curiosity. When I said you were interested in supernatural things, I was overwhelmed with curiosity. That's why I apologize for my ego. When I look at him, I think of him. Because of your curiosity, the truth is a bit like each other. Maybe I was the first time I saw him I knew that I likened to Rissa. A hope. The hope of seeing him again. After thinking about them I say smiling. No. I understand you very well. After all, it's perfectly normal to be curious if someone you know speaks like this for 510 minutes. So you don't have to apologize. Indeed, my curiosity I can be selfish sometimes. Now she's smiling. That's it. I can relax now. Now comes the black-haired girl with a tray of tea in hand. I need to know your name now. It's a little rough to introduce her like this. When you see us sitting on our same sofa, we go back to her cheek with his smile. Yufufufu, I think you two are very close. Did I come at a wrong time? No such luck. I'm looking at Ria's right now. Her face is red like her hair. How can I stay calm if you blush? I'm going back to the girl to explain the situation. No. We were just talking about mythology with Rias. Is not it? Surprised, Rias? Yufufufu, apparently, you've even started to say your name was pretty comfortable. Halal-kun, it seems you've already conquered the heart of the Rias. Whoa. How did this happen? That's my ungodly slice. Fix it now if it's easy. Rias was red. She squeezes his fists. Her face is fried angry. I hear the voice of Rias. Oh. What do you think, Akeno? Will you stop playing with our guest, please? You're embarrassing her and me. Halal is telling the truth. We were just talking about mythology. Halal. Did you have to do the same mistake I did? Now she'll like it better. His name was Akeno, wasn't it? A note you should not forget, Halal. Be careful of this, Akeno. She sings the same smile. Yufufufu, it's really fun to tease you both. No doubt about it. Although you're the only one here. We can't look at each other with Rias right now. I feel sorry for Rias. How does he deal with this girl? Although this Akeno girl looks like her closest friend. Or he can't make fun of Rias. The two must be like sisters dealing with each other. Isle is careful anyway. After this incident, Akeno offered tea to each of us respectively. The tea plate hold is very elegant. Obviously, his family is very careful about his education. In the meantime, the smell of the tea is trying to seize my body. What does he put in when he prepares the tea? Bud. The structure of this tea is not very similar to our rice tea. That's what they call green tea. I'm taking a sip of tea without. What kind of aroma is this? I must learn the description of this tea. For someone who doesn't go over the stress like me, this tea is a complete medicine. With a cool smile. How can I convince you to get the recipe for this tea? Again he put his hand on his cheek. Wait. He's going to want something bad. And he starts talking. I do not know. Maybe you can tell us in your own life. I'm surprised. Only this. Is not there anything else? I'm still a little afraid of this girl. She answers with her smile. Don't be so afraid of me. Do not worry. I do not eat you. Alright. Except for some special cases, it's not a problem. I'm so comfortable now that I can tell Venelanisson. I'm starting to tell you. They both listen carefully to me. I'm not telling you some parts of my life story. They don't need to know them all. And finally, I finish my speech by explaining how and why I came to this country. Finally. They do not ask anything else. Because I want to go home and have a cold shower. When they listen to my story, they both look at me with sadness. Please don't make that face. I do not want to pity myself. Akeno speaking as the first person. You've had quite a hard living alone. I apologize for my jokes. I hope I didn't hurt your heart. She lowered his head. As I said before, time is a must to get to know some people. Think. The girl who just joked me to piss me off. Now, instead of her, a very mature lady has arrived. The book should not be judged by its cover. With her smile. If you teach me how to make this tea, I will accept your apology. Deal? She nodded, smiling. Imagine that when I came here, there was nothing left of me that was worried. I'm very comfortable now. And I'm chatting with two beautiful girls. Perhaps this is due to the comfort of the tea. When I take another sip of tea, I listen to Rias. If you yourself feel better if you can come here anytime. We do our best to help you when you have a problem. Isn't that right, Akeno? Of course. And there's nothing wrong with calling us in our name. Because we are younger than you are. With tired expression. And now you're not going to treat me like an old man, are you? Both laughed at what I said. What can I say? I laughed too. According to the doctors, people who are smiling stay younger. So don't miss your smile face in life. There will always be troubles. Of course, finds its way everything in one day. My face turned to the books on the shelves. Can I take these books to read? Ria's pleased. Of course. What are you interested in? I answer as follows. I would rather start with dragons. I think the myths are the coolest creatures. Do you have this kind of book? Riaz stood up slowly and picked up a book from one of the other shelves and handed it to me. Then he went back and started talking. Hal. Do you want to join this club? I'm looking right at him. I haven't chosen a club yet. So I'm a comfortable and nice chat with him. If he knows about it, maybe he can help me with Drake. It bothers my longing for closeness to him. Not Rissa, but it's enough for me right now. So there's no need to overdo, is there? I'm saying it with a smile. If it's okay, it would be a shame to reject such a beautiful girl in the proposal. With a warm smile. Then I'll introduce you to other club members tomorrow. I wonder, I ask, is there someone else? Akeno answers, we have 2 other members. You see with your own eyes when you tomorrow. I'm going to stand up slowly. Thank you for your hospitality today. As a Turk, I would like to serve you this way. I won't be where I stay, but at least I would be honored to serve a Turkish coffee here. They both smiled. Especially Akeno with a curious face. I realize the Turkish coffee is very famous. I can't wait to try. Is that so? I can at least rival your tea. Yufufufu, I accept your challenge, handsome. I'd better get out of here before I'm embarrassed. I take the book in my hand and head towards the door. The last time I didn't leave, I'm looking at that beautiful red hair. Then like a gentleman. Then, ladies. See you again tomorrow. 2 at the same time, see you. After thanking this way he would go up to my apartment, walking towards the old building. Riaz Gremory Pav. Hal Boskert, the new student of the school that is not out of my mind. I'm watching his get home that time through the window. Indeed, this man has become one of the most difficult mysteries I have ever experienced. I can make her talk magic. But I don't think I can do it anymore. Especially after his heart-wrenching story. I don't think about how he survived on his own by this time. He's either too brave or something. For some reason, I think he's hiding the reason he left school. Something that pushes him hard. But what? Akeno asks me when I think of them. Riaz, exactly what goes on your mind. There's something he doesn't want to tell us. But I cannot. So why did you want her to join the club? You remember the energy from him that we feel today, don't you? Yeah. Maybe he has a sacred gear. If we're here in front of you, we'll understand. It makes sense, right? Are you sure of what you're doing? Or not have? He remains a pure-hearted friend who is then unaware of who we really are. Do not you want to? Yufufufu. I accept that as yes. After that, looking at her picture in the file under my desk, I'll find the mystery behind you, Hal. Hal Boskert Pav. I come to my apartment about 510 minutes after he left the old school building. Today was a very tiring day for me. I need a cold shower. Normally not very healthy, but it is necessary for me to collect myself. After I put the book and my bag on the table, I quickly undress and go into the bathroom. After I open the ice water, I rest against the wall with my arms. Very cold. But I used to take a shower for 2 years in this way. That's why I can stand this cold. Let's remember. Today I was surprised when I saw a girl like my dead girl. I spoke in my mind to a creature who calls himself Drake. At the end of the day, I joined a club with the name Occult Research Club. It's a pretty long sequence of events for a single day. At least I took care of 2 of the incidents when the house came. The only thing I need to do now is drag and sacred gear. I hope I can find information in the book that Riaz gave me. In the worst case, I'll ask her tomorrow. After I get out of the shower, I dry my head and my body. I'm finishing work and wearing casual clothes. What did they say? Time is money. Time is precious to me. I need to confirm and learn about this dragon thing. Let's see if Drake's name is mentioned in this book. As I turned the pages, I saw so many dragons in the legends that it wouldn't be easy to finish this book. There were even the names of the dragons in Turkish mythology. Bukrek and Sangel. I'm going to look at them. I stood on the page of a dragon called Welsh Dragon. Because the shape is exactly the same as the dragon I see in my mind. Information as follows. Welsh Dragon. Name. Y. Drake Gotch. Class. Heavenly Dragon. Followed names. Dragon of Destruction. Red Dragon Emperor. Properties. Destructive, devastating flames that can kill even the gods. Ability to improve continuously, doubling its power. In amazement. Actually, he wasn't bluffing. What the hell is that? If the living creature in me is such a scary being, this sacred gear can be a big problem for me. I shouldn't be surprised if he warned me. While saying these, my friend in a proud voice answers me. So now do you believe I am telling the truth? It's annoying, but I agree. But if you're so strong, why are you connected to a simple person like me? A little long story. When the time comes I'll tell you everything in order. Are you ready now? Actually I'm a little scared. What's this sacred gear on my body? If you live in it, you know where it is. Alright. Normally, I wouldn't go through this much, but you're pretty interesting. So I will help you. Thank you, partner. Ha well. Now put your left arm up. I'm doing what he says. Now imagine the most powerful thing in your mind. And ask him to be him. The powerful thing. What could it be? Focus on hell. focuses. When I think of it, I remembered Fat as Sultan Mehmet. And I started to say the word perseverance following its full following. Or I will conquer Istanbul. Or Istanbul me. When I said this, I felt something strong and intense in my body. It's like I can do anything. And my eyes were shocked by a lush green light rising from my left arm. The light is so bright that you're blind. What the fuck did I do? But the diminution of light, my left arm turned into a monster arm covered with red scales just like Drake's body. Or rather a dragon arm. I am examining my arm in amazement. My fingers are covered with sharp claws. In the middle of my hand is a jewel like the emerald green eyes of Drake. And there are projections Drake gold on my elbow like yellow horns. There's a cool image of this thing. But it looks terrible. I heard Drake's powerful voice while the jewel on my arm was flashing. Congratulations, partner. What you were thinking was carrying such a strong will that you could awaken boosted gear. And today, you're officially the new Red Dragon Emperor. From now on, let's be more strict friends. Okay, partner. I'm still thinking. If this is a dream, please wake me up. End of the part 1. So how was this story? I hope you like it. And if you like it, share this story with your friends and like the video too. And don't forget to subscribe our channel for daily awesome fanfiction. Okay, it's time for me to go. Bye bye.